What's up, y'all? I'm still out here at the range hanging out. I've been out here all day long doing a bunch of jelly testing, but I want to knock a couple more out before I head out of here. And this one right here ought to be a pretty interesting 9mm test. As always, the jelly contraption's checking in for duty. I got the chrono, got 2 blocks of gel. Now this far block's pretty full of tracks, but we shouldn't have to worry about that at all on this test. This front one, I've got a 10mm buffalo bore test. If y'all hadn't seen that, I'll leave a link up above. You'll definitely want to see that. That's some mean 10mm right there, buddy. But for this one, like I say, we're going back to 9mm, and to be specific, we're doing a 9mm specialty round. These are the 9mm plus P Telos rounds from G2 Research. These are controlled fragmented solid copper projectile. As you can see there, very thin walled, made to come apart, made to fragment. Now this G2 Research is the same company that makes the rip rounds that a lot of people are familiar with. This is just another one of the rounds that they make. But anyway, like I said, this is a 9mm plus P. Now it's saying it's a 92 grain average on these projectiles, and they're claiming 1210 feet per second. Now I'm not sure what barrel that's out of. They didn't say, so I don't really expect to see that, but it'd be nice if we could get close to it. Now as for the tools, we got a couple different barrel lengths here. For the shorty, this time we're running the Taurus GX4. This is a 3-inch barrel out of this one, and for the little bit longer one, we're going with the P80 again. This has got just a little over a 4 1/4 inch barrel. I've actually had these rounds for several months now, but I'm just now getting around to trying them out, so hopefully they'll do good. Let me get all this stuff set up and let's see what they're all about. All right, y'all, you know the drill here. We're gonna get some speeds out of both of these barrel lengths first. I'm gonna do a 3-round average out of each one. Gonna start out with the 3-inch Taurus GX4 first. $1,028, $1,039, and $1,059. So we definitely didn't hit that 1200. Let's go down there and check the average. All right, so the 3-round average out of the 3-inch GX4 is 1,042 feet per second. Even to being that this is a 3-inch barrel, I'd have expected a little bit more than that out of such a light projectile, but we'll see what it does in the gel. Let me get this reset and let's check out the P80 speeds. All right, y'all, let's see if this extra 1 1/4 inch can help us out. I'm gonna do a 3-round average on this one also. 1,097, 1,121, and 1,102. So that first one was a little slack, but those last two got back on up there. Still not where I would want them to be, but let's go check the average out. All right, so that time our 3-round average was 1,106 feet per second. If you remember out of the GX4, it was 1,042. So you're talking about 64 feet per second, 64 feet per second faster out of this P80. So that's not really a whole lot, not even 10%. So let's see what happens in the gel though. Let me get all this reset and y'all know what time it is. All right, y'all, it's Fragtastic jelly time. I'm gonna send 1 round out of each barrel length down into the gel. We're gonna start out with the Taurus GX4 first. Let's see if these things can fragment, y'all. Yeah, I would say they definitely fragmented. I can see from here just a perfect fragmentation pattern. Let me go down there and check it out and make sure it stayed in. All right, y'all, that thing did exactly what it claims to do. Nice controlled fragmentation out of that thing. I mean, it broke off perfectly segmented. It's a really nice looking fragmentation down there. Well, let's see what this extra little barrel length can do. I was planning on doing another test in here, but the way that stuff is spreading out when it fragments, I think that just went out the window. Well, I'm gonna try to put this up under the other one. That went too low for sure. I know some of that got down there into the wood. Let me go see what we got down there. All right, y'all, let's take a look at what we got down here. So that second shot I took with the P80, that was a valid test. We lost one of the fragments though. It came out the side. I'm surprised it didn't get my camera down there. But none of the main piece, none of it went into the board down there other than a couple of the fragments just touched off the bottom. But everything else is still plenty intact, and I can just tell it performed like it should have. But anyway, the one on the top, obviously that was the GX4, and the one on the bottom was from the P80. What I can say is both of these look like they performed nearly identical. The P80 went just a little bit further, maybe in ½ inch, 3/4 of an inch at the most, but both of them did exactly what they claimed to do. Absolutely fantastic fragmentation out of these things. They both came in, had a very, very nice wound channel, very nice disruption there. All those fragments broke apart just like they're supposed to. 6 individual fragments broke out right there, as you can see, and then the centerpiece kept on going. Same thing with this one down here in the bottom. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, one laying on the bottom, that's 5, and then the 6th one came out the side. So you got 6 fragments on each one, and then you got the centerpiece that keeps on going down here. Now, as far as penetration distance, the fragments themselves, they go anywhere from, looks like about 4 inches on out to about 5.5 inches or so. Yeah, about 4 inches to 5.5 inches. The centerpiece on the GX4 went out here and stopped at 11 inches. So a little bit short as far as penetration wise, but I don't know how you kind of figured all this fragmentation into an equation. I'll let y'all be the judge of that. But as far as the P80, the fragmentation on it looks like about the same, anywhere from 4 to about 5.5 inches on that also. So pretty much exactly the same on distance on the fragmentation parts. But now the center part on it went out to about 11 3/4, so definitely went further on that one. You got 11 on the first one basically, and then 11 3/4 on the P80. So you got a little bit more distance out of that centerpiece with the longer barrel. Wanted to give you a quick look from above before I pulled all these pieces, but look how nicely that thing fragmented. When they say controlled fragmentation, they absolutely mean it. I mean 6 perfectly sized fragments and just evenly spaced like that, and then the centerpiece keeps on trucking, and then the same for the other one. Same deal here. Like I say, you got 5 in there, and then 1 came out the side right there, and then your centerpiece lands right there. All right, y'all, let's take a look at what we got left of these projectiles. So both of these are the centers. This one right here is the GX4. This one is the P80. There's no difference in these things that I could tell at all as far as the center part. Obviously, they're solid copper, non-expanding, they're fragmenting. But as you can see, here's all the little pieces. These are the 6 pieces I pulled out of the GX4. As you can see, I mean, it broke off perfectly. Every single piece broke off perfectly. Now, obviously, this one over here, I've got the center in 5 pieces because 1 came out the side. So let's get some weights on these things and see what we're looking at. I'm curious about this centerpiece. So the GX4, the centerpiece is 32.0 grains. And then when we add back the 6 pieces, we're at 92.2 grains, and they said there was an average weight of 92 grains. So that one's right on the money right there. But let's check the one on the P80 here. So the centerpiece on that is 32 grains exactly. Then when we add the 5 pieces back on that, we're at 82.8. And let's just cheat and give it one of the other ones to make 6. And then we're at 92.2, so none of it lost any kind of material, neither one of them. The only material lost was that little fragment that shot out the side there. Now, as far as the size, there was no expansion, but let's just see what we got here. So as far as this centerpiece, 351, 355, and 355. So the only really size difference making is here where the chunks of the copper came off. So just for curiosity, these little fragmented pieces got a width of about 185 and a length on them of about, I would say, I'd call that about 475. So pretty nasty stuff. I'm sure the other one's the same. Let's just do a quick on it though to make sure. So yeah, 354, 353. So yeah, same measurement on that one also. But there you have it, y'all, the G2 Research 9mm Telos round. Pretty interesting stuff. One thing I can say again is it did exactly what it claims to do. Very controlled fragmentation. It breaks off into super even pieces, 6 pieces each time. Leaves the little centerpiece that's basically the exact same size from shot to shot. Now, the penetration on these things isn't where I'd want it to be. That being said, is this fragmentation making up for that penetration? In my opinion, I personally don't think so. I would rather have just a good old lead expanding round that performs well than these fragment rounds. Now, not to say that these are bad at all and that they wouldn't do the job, but me personally, I think I'd rather just have a more traditional lead expanding round. All right, y'all, that right there does it for the 9mm G2 Research Telos rounds. These were definitely some pretty interesting rounds. Like I said already, they definitely did exactly what they claimed to do. They had incredibly controlled fragmentation. As soon as they went in, you got that little disruption right there. They came apart into 6 equal fragments and the centerpiece kept on trucking. But y'all let me know what y'all's thoughts are on it. Were you happy with the performance you saw here? Do any of y'all out there actually carry these? Would you rather carry something like this, or would you rather go with a more traditional lead hollow point expanding round? If you did enjoy this video, take a second, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and make sure you click that bell notification icon so you can get notified when I upload new videos. Y'all check out all my affiliate links in the video description. If you shop through Amazon anyway, hit that link up. You go straight through Amazon just like normal from there, and anything you buy after that, I get a kickback from them towards the channel. These actual extreme earbuds have been an absolute lifesaver out here again in this crazy humidity. I would not be able to stand it out here with earmuffs over my ears. If you're interested in checking some of these out, hit those links up down below and you can save a pile of money versus going straight through their site. As always, I appreciate all my Range Gang members for hitting the join button, and every single one of y'all out there that watches my videos, hits the thumbs up, subscribes to the channel, and like I said again, leave me some comments. Let me know what you think about these Telos rounds. It's been a long, fun day out here at the range, but I think that's going to wrap it up for me. Y'all make sure you stay tuned for a lot of good stuff coming your way, and in the meantime, stay safe, stay prepared, and I'll see you soon.